Die bekende wetenskaplike Albert Einstein het op 'n keer gesê, as bye op die aarde uitsterf, het die mensdom slegs 4 jaar oor om te oorleef. En onlangs het 'n voorbladartikel van die Time tydskrif berig oor 'n donker toekoms wat hulle voorspel het indien bye nie meer daar is om ons gewasse te bestuif nie. Die entomoloog en dierkundige professor Robin Crew van die Universiteit van Pretoria het onlangs die invloedryke Harry Oppenheimer Genootskap toekenning gekry om Suid-Afrikaanse bye te bestudeer. En hy is vandag hier met ons om sy bye navorsing met ons te bespreek. Welcome, Robin.
Baie dankie, Pierre. Dit is 'n plesier om hier te wees.
Robin, firstly, congratulations with the award. Surely this gives you some time to write a book.
Yes, indeed. It's a wonderful opportunity to give me some time early next year to spend in Germany writing a book with one of my colleagues. And essentially what we want to do is to tell the story of the most interesting aspects of South African honeybees.
But before we get to South African honeybees, there's a lot of hoo-ha about European honeybees and bees in America.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key issue in relation to that question is that in Africa and Europe, honeybees are indigenous. So there's some differences between Europe and North America where the bees were imported a couple of centuries ago from Europe. And so what we're dealing with is slightly different situations. But in both cases, it appears that the populations in Europe and North America are declining. And that this was probably related to developments in agriculture and also other developments which are changing the environment in those areas.
So bees in general could be barometers to the effect we have on the environment?
Certainly. I think that bees are very sensitive to changes in vegetation and to some of the pesticides and insecticides that we use. So certainly the decline in populations of bees is related to both of those factors, because very often industrialized agriculture, which produces large areas of monoculture crops, is essentially a bee desert. Whereas the natural vegetation is the one that the populations can actually survive on.
What's the situation like in South Africa? Genetically manipulated crops and pollution and all of that. What are we looking at?
Well, I think we're looking at some similar situations. First of all, we use insecticides and pesticides in agriculture, and certainly they occasionally have some impact on the honeybees, and we need to explore in greater detail what that impact is. The second thing is that we are changing land use. In other words, we're using more land for cities, we're using more land for agricultural purposes, and that means that the wild populations of honeybees and other bees are affected by those changes in the use of land. So I think that's why it's very important to maintain natural areas of vegetation to support our honeybee populations. But certainly we haven't experienced the same decline in honeybees that's been seen in Europe and North America. And our populations of bees are much more resistant to the parasites and diseases that have had such a major effect in those areas.
Well, the issues our honeybees are struggling with, other bees invading the colonies, that kind of thing.
Yes, I mean, we have some unique bees in South Africa. We have the bees here in Gauteng, which are called the Savannah bees, and then we have the Cape honeybees in the Western Cape. And the Cape honeybees are unique in that they produce these laying workers that can act as false queens, and they then go into colonies of other honeybees like the ones here, and they essentially take over reproduction within those colonies. So they start competing with the queen, and eventually they take over the colony. And when they do that, of course, the colony is doomed. because essentially the colonies produce Cape honeybees and
not
those
Savannah.
not Savannah honeybees. And as the Savannah honeybees die out, the Cape honeybees are designed mainly for reproduction and not for work.
It's like me, basically.
Yeah, essentially. And so, I mean, it's fascinating biologically to actually work on these insects. But in addition to that, I mean, it's a serious problem for the beekeepers. And so we need to find solutions for that. Yeah.
What are the importance about bees in South Africa? And do we have any feedback from beekeepers telling us what things are like on the ground?
Well, I mean, I think some of the beekeepers will tell you that they're suffering higher levels of losses at the moment than was previously the case. Our big problem is that we don't have sufficient data to be able to tell whether the losses are usual, unusual, or what the situation is. So I think the key element here is to actually undertake the research to find out what the losses are related to. And as far as the bees are concerned, they're essentially critical for three things. Firstly, they're critical for pollination and putting the food on, a whole variety of foods on the table. Secondly, they're important for maintaining natural vegetation because they do pollination of all sorts of plants.
Yeah.
And thirdly, they're very important for putting the honey and wax on your table as well.
Yeah, I love those little critters. Thank you very much for being here, Robin.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure.
Ja.
Dit was dan die entomoloog en dierekundige Robin Crew van die Universiteit van Pretoria. Ons is net hierna weer terug.